You're not going to like the answer, but let this video convince you that it is the right one. Hi, my name's Ashton. I've been on self-improvement for about 5 years, and I've spent 4 years of this time trying to get my everyday, my every single routine as balanced as possible. Not listening to any of the YouTubers telling me that you should focus on this one thing, because it didn't make any sense to me. I wanted to achieve every single one of my life goals, my perfect life, all at once and as quickly as possible. But it didn't work, of course, and I lost so much time trying to figure it out and went through so many burnouts because I tried to stay disciplined in way too many things at once. I was so overwhelmed, and even doing all that, I didn't make any progress. I was so stagnant because I had this perfectionist mindset that I must do everything at once to the best of my ability and do the things that are actually the best to do for my life and for my future self. I was way too scared of failure and experimentation, anything like that. I needed to change my mindset. And I did get through it eventually. And to all of you who are struggling with similar things, I want to share with you how I changed my mindset. And I'll go through it with you in the form of questions. So let's get started. Question 1. Why is this even a problem, and what do I do about it? Going all in on one thing gives you crazy faster and more effective progress than going in on all things at once. You have to understand that the work you put in your goal is not actually the only thing that matters. It's also your mentality and your thoughts, because when you're focused on one thing, all the thoughts and choices that arise in a day are focused on that one thing. You're thinking this thing through and through, even when you're in the bathroom or washing the dishes. You're getting new ideas how to grow, how to solve some challenges. You're thinking about what you just did or what you could do today as well for that goal. And you're like focused in, locked in completely on that one thing, and you're spending your mental energy on it as well. Whereas if you have multiple goals focused on right now, your mental energy is so scattered and your thoughts are scattered, and it creates so much frustration for your mind and not allowing the space for your brain to be creative and to spend the energy that it has to analyze the decisions in front of you in one single way and make them way more effectively. Not to mention, again, the actual work and effort that you put into this one goal when you're doing only that. You can do so much more in a single day, in weeks, if you're just doing one thing. So realize that when trying to go all in on everything, you're actually sacrificing a lot of mental energy and effort that you can put into each of those goals if you just went with them one after another. So you can actually achieve them way faster and with way better results if you go with them, if you try and achieve them one after another instead of just all together. And question 2. How do I know that this goal is the best one to go, or the right one to go all in on right now at this moment? The thing is, if you don't know, you have to experiment. There's no way around it. Let me tell you, you're never going to know for sure. More ants. Let me tell you, you're never going to know for sure. And if you're afraid of what you will lose when you fail, all the time and all the effort you put into it, understand that that's not actually realistic. You gain a lot as well, and you need to really realistically analyze what it is that you gain and lose in that situation of failure. And compare that to the sacrifice that you make if you spend this whole time searching for the right thing to go all in on instead of just choosing one and starting it out and going all in on it, on this one thing. Let me draw something for you. See here. This is the point where you start to focus on something, anything. And then you go, with a little bit of time, you actually get an answer. if this is the right thing for you or not. You gain new skills, resources, maybe network, knowledge, experience, status, maybe. You perhaps gain something you can even maintain or sell, or maybe come back to in the future if you get like this interest reignited in you. And you also get happiness because your brain has direction, and you experience joy in life because you feel purposeful, you feel like you're heading towards something specific. Versus the point of questioning whether this is the right thing or not, a longer time until you get to um I can't see if the camera catches it, the point of realizing that this might or might not be the right thing to go all in on. So you're not even sure because you have never tried it. That's a bit dumb now, isn't it? I wish I had realized this sooner. You can never be sure if you don't try, and you gain way more if you do try, even if you fail. A month from now, you're going to wish that you had gone into at least one thing instead of wondering for this whole month if this is the right thing to go in on, or how to do everything at the same time perfectly so that you achieve the results in everything at once way later on. You will also be way more happier and healthier because your brain really loves direction. This has been proved by lots of research that your brain really loves direction and purpose. You start getting this joy in life. You start feeling happy and purposeful, obviously. Another thing to think about is that if you do achieve the goals one after another, you can use what you gained through working on that first goal on the next one. Instead of when you go in all of them at the same time, you don't have as much time to reflect on everything and implement everything into them. And you haven't developed this new version of yourself yet that has acquired everything from all those goals. You're basically, like, there's no point. You're making progress way slower, it's way more tiring, and you're not as happy. That's just the way that it is. Understand that you're going to be okay. You do have enough time. All you need is to assess your priorities. Speaking of which, the third question is how to choose the one thing to start experimenting with right now. Try to work on goals that will either help you live a more fulfilling life, way more fulfilling life after you've achieved it, or that will help you achieve your next goals the most. Or the third and the last option is the one that you are the most excited about at the moment. There are also many ways you can achieve your goals. So you obviously need a goal like, I want to get 50,000 a month, like, income, right? But then you need to have this more specific goal of like, or a strategy, I guess, how you want to do it. And that you choose by not choosing the results, because the results are going to be the same, right? Income. That's what you're going for. But you need to choose the pains. You have this privilege now. Once you start taking responsibility of your life like this, you have this privilege of choosing the pains and the suffers that you want to go through to get to your goal. Did you see that black flash that just flashed on the camera? That was an ant walking on my camera. Perhaps if you want to do this by being a YouTuber and trying to sell your digital product, that means talking, that means being in front of camera, that means putting yourself out there in the public eye. If you want to open a coffee shop, that's going to take way more time to get off the ground. It probably takes more money and paperwork. Way more social interaction with people. So choose the pains, not the results. Question number 4. Now that you do have the thing that you want to go all in on, how to know what else to sacrifice? Well, you're not going to like this, but everything. But listen, because I'm going to explain why I hate the word sacrifice when it comes to this. But everything else, maybe, like, except the foundations of your health, like, still eat a lot, eat healthy, do about 20 minutes of moderate exercise every single day, go outside, socialize with people a little bit, spend time with your loved ones. That's still very important for your mental and physical well-being. Listen to your body and what it wants. Sometimes you do need rest, sometimes you need to discipline yourself to rest. If you have other duties like school or work, try to first work on your goal in the day if you can, and then do the other thing. Why I hate the word sacrifice is that you're not actually like sacrificing anything. You're just postponing. You're investing in action into the goal that you're trying to work on right now. You're investing it. Inaction, not doing something, is also a choice that really impacts your life. And in this instance, it's actually good for you. Results are hard, super hard to build, but they are way more easy to maintain. And that's when you shift your focus. Alright? You will be okay. Write down your life goals and all that you want from life on a piece of paper and put it somewhere you can see. Now, just because you start working on one of those things, that doesn't mean the rest of them suddenly disappear from that paper forever, right? You can also make a reflections vault, a journal or something digital where you put all your reflections from and things you've learned from working on your goals. So that so oh my god. Lonely bugs in your forest. Only 5 kilometers away. So, where did I leave off? All of your learnings in one place so that they don't feel lost and you can revisit them whenever you want to. And the last thing I want to say that I really, really suggest, there is a strategy tool called the X Matrix, and it's usually used for business strategy, but I really suggest that you try it out for your life strategy because it really helps you prioritize and sacrifice for and like make big progress and as fast as possible progress on one or a few goals in 3 to 5 years of your life. And you create that for the scope of your life. I will talk about it more in a different video of mine, which I'm yet to make, but this is the main tool and the main thing. Mosquitoes appearing as well. Man, I might have to go real soon. I might not get to make any more videos today. But this is the main thing and the main tool in my life fulfillment and strategy guide and setup. This whole guide and setup is the thing that I use after lots and lots of this trying to be perfect, trying to balance everything out. So this will help you successfully transition from all of these perfectionist systems to both working on a success in a disciplined way that you want, but also not missing out on life and the fulfillment that the present moment can bring. So if you're interested in that, message me on LinkedIn. I'll put the link in the description down below. Message me also if you just want a conversation. I'll happily talk to you about any topics regarding life or self-improvement. Oh my god. Subscribe if you're interested in more content on how to make the most of your life and your time. Give me your feedback in the comments, like this video, and go and apply what you learned.